Hello everyone, welcome to a very special episode of Jay's Beer Review. The reason why this episode is very special to me, it's because depending on where you may be watching my video, one of my most popular places that people watch is on YouTube, and I have just passed the 500 subscriber mark. I want to start off by saying thank you to all my viewers wherever you watch my videos. Especially thank you to those who comment and subscribe to my YouTube account. I'm going to take this opportunity now and take that long road to start requesting to be a partner. If you're not a subscriber, please become one, and please, by all means, always feel free to leave comments. This review really is just a thank you to all of you, and as I go towards that next goal of mine. Because of that, I'm doing a very special beer, and it is none other than the Goose Island Bourbon Country Stout. Now, this is the 2009 version, and this was given to me from Chris from Beer Geek Nation. Now, since he sent this to me, I've been actually holding on to it for like 2 or 3 months. It actually got me a whole 4-pack as well. So, by the time I'm finally reviewing it, I even got myself another 4-pack. But that's okay, because I'm going to give one to Chad. I'm going to hold on to one to age for a couple of years, and that still gives me 2 to play with, maybe drink at a family occasion, or even leave one to trade with somebody for another beer that I really covet that I can't get. So it's fine that I have this extra one. Now, they say this beer is aged well around 2 years. This one is the 2009 version, and it was bottled on 11/12/2009. So it's just under a year old, which is probably premature to drink it. But since like I said, I have other bottles, I have plenty that I can still age and come back to in maybe another year or a year and a half and really give it a try. And it even says right on the back, develops in the bottle for up to 5 years. So I'm thinking 2.5 years is the peak time to drink this. It is 13% alcohol by volume, and Goose Island is a brewery out of Chicago. And this is a stout aged in bourbon barrels, and I tend to love beers that are bourbon barreled. And because it ages in the bottle, it's probably bottle conditioned as well. With that said, I am going to break into this very special beer and give it a try. And the glass I'm going to use for the first time ever is my brandy snifter. With that said, we're going to break into it and give it a try. Oh, it was a twist off. That surprises me. Go for it. Yeah, this snifter is perfect for a 12-ounce bottle. Alright. For starters, it's probably a little colder than I like, so I'm probably going to let this warm up a bit before I really dive into it. But let's talk about what we see. First off, we have a completely black beer. You can't see through it at all. I don't even see remnants of brown either. There's no head on it whatsoever. It didn't look as thick and murky as I was expecting it as I poured it. So it does kind of remind me of like how the Worldwide Stout poured. Let's give it a smell. To be honest, it smells almost exactly like the Worldwide Stout. Heavy notes of like some burnt chocolates or burnt malts. It's got a really nice sweet aroma like mixed in with it that gives it a little bit extra yumminess to it. And there's like some dark fruits like grape or plum. It doesn't quite smell real boozy like the Worldwide Stout did. A little less boozy. The smell of this is purely divine. Anyway, let's give it a try. Cheers. Ooh, that's good. Wow, I'm liking that instantly. First off, let me talk about why I like it so much compared to like the Worldwide Stout or any, Russian Imperial Stout. First off, it does have a little bit of that alcoholic taste at front, but it dissipates extremely quick, and it does feel like fire down the throat or like the chest area, like hot heat. But it's got a really nice chocolate taste to it, and finished off with that sweet barrel-aged bourbon type quality. That's what I like the most. Is when it comes to these bourbon aged stouts, like that, the barrel aging, what it does is it generates such a great sweetness that you don't get any other way, and that's definitely noticeable. It has a little hint of coffee to it as well, and a great sweetness to it. Wow, that is really good. The one I would classify this closest to of all the beers I've ever had is the Kentucky Breakfast Stout by Founders. I find this very similar to that. The only difference is that's truly a coffee, chocolate, oatmeal stout aged in bourbon barrels. This is, I don't think this is any of that. I think this is just like a Russian Imperial Stout bourbon aged. But wow, this is tremendous right off the bat. I can't wait to see what this is going to taste like in another year. Wow, and the 13% is not noticeable. I'm in love. This is one of the best beers I've ever had in my entire life. Wow. Anyway, I'm going to sit back, enjoy this, and get back to you in a few moments. And now I'm glad I got another 4-pack, because this is amazing. Alright, well, I'm back, and as you can see, I have just a little bit of beer here left. Let me tell you, I got to be honest, hands down, this was one of the best beers I've ever had in my life. I remember liking the KBS maybe a little bit more. I would probably like to have both of them side by side one day to really get an idea of which one I like better. So it's easy, before I even do my final chug, I'm going to tell you, it's a top-notch beer. But I really want to talk about a lot of like professional beers tasters. They talk about complexity of beers, and I really could tell the complexity of his beer. I had so many different flavors going off throughout the different levels of the beer as it warmed, and I could taste each individual different thing, and that's what amazed me about it. There was a little bit of fireness in the chest from like the alcohol, but you couldn't really tell. It wasn't boozy. It was just like kind of hot on the chest, and it did give me a little bit of heartburn. I'm going to need some Tums after this, but aside from that, it left some dancing on the tongue. It numbed the lips a little bit. There was a great taste of like bourbon and chocolate and vanilla, maybe even a little toffee. And then as I got closer towards the end, I tasted like dark fruits like black cherries, maybe even like a raisin. And I even got like a hint of smoke as well. Not to mention a little bit of coffee. I mean, the coffee was very minute and towards the beginning, but there were so many different flavors I got with this beer. And but at the end of the day, the flavors I tasted the most were like vanilla and like dark cherries mixed in with like a smoky bourbon or oak type quality. And it was just really hands down a phenomenal beer. There are other beers out there that are ranked higher than this, and I've had some of them, like the Dark Lord, for example. And they're all great beers, but this one really knocked me off my feet. I was amazed by this, just like I was with the KBS. So, with that said, I am going to just do a final chug because I kind of gave you my final thoughts already. And I guess really what it's going to come down to is I'm going to have to try some of these other high-ranked beers like the Ailway Speedway Stout and the West Voltarian 12 and see if those knock me off my feet like this one did, and, because those ones are ranked even higher. Now, that said, I am a Stout fan, so that's going to play a part into it. Yeah, there's nothing I could do about it. I like what I like. But, I really want to go into these other beers that are ranked high and see what I think of them. But this was really, really good. I was very happy with this, and I'm glad I got more bottles to try. And that said, here's the final chug. It's such a sipper. It's tough to even do a final chug of a little bit like that. Again, that was the Goose Island Bourbon Country Stout, the 2009 version. Thank you to Chris for sending me this bottle. And thanks to all my fans once again. Please subscribe, comment, and keep watching. I appreciate every single one of you, even if you don't like me. And till next time, thanks for watching.